In this video, I'll be telling you my top 10 sewing tools or equipment picks that I feel are very essential for beginners to have, for people who want to own their style, or people who want to DIY project. I'll be telling you these tools and more, their uses, basically all you need to know about them. So if this topic interests you, if this is what you want to hear, you should definitely keep on watching. Hello, my name is ireoluwaibukunoluwa, and I film about sewing, fashion, lifestyle, and DIY content on here. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed yet, if at all you get value during the course of this video, do not hesitate to give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and also the notification bell for you to get notified once a new video is up. And for every returning subscriber on here, thank you for tuning in. You're welcome. As you'll have seen from the title of this video, and as I've said earlier, these tools I'm going to be mentioning in this video are essential for beginners who want to own their style, and it's going to make them very productive and effective. So let's get right into the tools. So now to my 10th pick, which I'm going to be mentioning first. That's my ironing board. Ironing board is very important. As the name implies, it's used for ironing. It makes your seams come out straight when you iron. It makes your work just neat. It makes, just puts everything together, like the seams come out, you see where you need to put things together, and then it makes the effort, the work that you have put into whatever you have sewn, it makes it like come out and makes you proud of yourself. So that's it for the ironing board. To my ninth pick, which is the machine oil. This machine oil is a lifesaver. Like, it reduces the effort that you have to put into sewing your clothes, into making your designs. Like, especially if you are making use of a manual machine, like it reduces the effort. You don't have to put so much effort in wheeling, and it will end up causing you back aches and leg aches and all that stuff. So once your machine is oiled, is lubricated, like, it just makes the machine goes smoothly, and then you put less effort into it, and it makes your machine also last longer for you to enjoy it. So it's very important, very essential for you to have a machine oil in your start. My eighth pick is the iron. Actually, I already mentioned ironing board at the beginning, but what's the point of having an ironing board when you don't have iron? It makes no sense. So iron actually makes, I've also mentioned it earlier, it makes your work come out neat, makes you see where you need to put things together. It makes all the effort that I put into sewing that clothes, making that design, it makes everything just come out into the face of the person who wants to wear the clothes. Like, it just brings all the beauty in it out. So that's it for iron. Iron is very important. In fact, you can't underestimate the power of iron in making your designs, in sewing. Like, it just makes everything to be perfect. Another thing that iron also does is that it helps you to have neat finishings. For example, there are some stays that have like adhesive they can use for neat finishings. For example, we have the hemming stay. The hemming stay, for example, needs iron, needs it for you to like melt the adhesive part of it, for it to stick to the fabric, and then it gives a neat finish. So that's it for iron. And iron has so many other uses, so many other uses, and then you cannot underestimate the power of ironing in sewing, in bringing out the neatness in your work. Like, it's everything. And to my next pick, which is number 7, is the pin cushion. Like, pin cushion is actually used to like put pins on it. It's used to put pins on it for neatness, to make your space look organized, to prevent poking. Like, if you keep your pins in a container, like, there's a way it pokes. Once you want to, like, when you want to pick pins out of it, it tends to poke your hands, and it can be very painful. So it's better you organize and then put them on a pin cushion, which will just make it very easy for you to pick and then return when you're done, and then it makes your space look organized, it makes things look put together, and then it saves you from getting injuries. So pin cushion is very important. It's actually something that you can do by yourself. You can just use fabric and then stuff it with weave pieces or then or foam or fabric. Onto my next pick, which is the number 6, is the pin itself. Pins, we have different types of pins that we use. We use safety pins, office pins. Safety pins are the ones that have like, it has something like oval shape like this. It has a pointed mouth, and then are mainly used to keep things in place. An office pin also, we also make use of office pins. Pins are actually used to hold pieces of fabric together temporarily, and then they are best used with machine because like it's very easy for you to remove the pin and then just go over the fabric with your sewing machine. So it's so easy, and then it makes work come out neat. It makes you get your exact points where you want to make stitches on and all that stuff, and then it just makes once projects come out neat, it makes it faster, it makes it easier for you to do stuff. So far in this video, I've mentioned 5 tools or equipment which are my top 5 picks for sewing, and I hope you've gained value up to this point in this video. And if you have, do not hesitate to give this video a like, hit the like button, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and also the notification bell for you to get notified once a new video is up. And my fifth tool is the sewing thread. Like, the sewing thread is very very important because that's what you use to like make stitches. Without thread you can't make stitches. The needle is just going to be empty, and then nothing is going to happen. You can't hold 2 pieces of fabric together, and then there's no point in sewing if you don't have threads. So sewing threads are very 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 important. And a sewing thread is actually defined as a long thin strand of cotton, nylon, or other fibers used in sewing or weaving. That's the dictionary definition of sewing threads. It's very important to have different colors of threads in your starch. For example, black color, white color, neutral colors basically, and colors that can match dark colors of fabric, and also the light colored fabrics. So you have to like just mix them all up and make sure you have them available at your reach at every time in cases of emergencies and all that stuff, where you don't have to just go out to get all those little supplies. So it's very very important. On to the next pick, which is hand sewing needles. Hand sewing needles are needles that are used for hand projects, for little projects such as small finishings. For example, we want to do invisible stitches for maybe just a small project. Maybe you wanted to finish the mouth of a pillow that you were making or something like that. So hand needles are used for small projects, for finishing, for embroidery, for beading, for darning, and so on. They are used for so many things, for beading and all that stuff. So hand needles are very very important. You need them. They can be used to fix. They're used to fix buttons too, even though there are machines, I guess, that also fix buttons, but hand needles are also used for fixing buttons. On to my next pick or tool, which is the measuring tape. A measuring tape is actually a flexible measuring tool as opposed to the ruler that we all know. So ruler is like just rigid. It's not flexible. You can't move it. You can't bend it. It's just to measure straight measurements. You can't take it round the body of somebody. So measure, that's the use of measuring tapes. And then it has the centimeter and inches mark on it. That's two different sides with the inch mark. It has the inch mark and the centimeter mark on it also. The inch and centimeter mark on it. And then the inch mark is reaching 60 inches, like it ends at 60 inches, while the centimeter mark ends at 150 centimeter. So that's it for measuring tape. It's used to measure human body, to take measurements, because you can't make a fabric if you don't have the measurements of what you need, of how big it should be, of how long what you want to do should be. So it's very very important to have a measuring tape in your starch. So I'll just move on to the next one, which is the second on the list, and that is the tailor's chalk. Tailor's chalk is also a tool that you need for your sewing projects because it's used to mark out points. It's used to transfer mark from one piece of fabric to the next to another. It's used on pattern papers. It's used for so many things. The list is endless actually. Also, the last but not the least pick, which is actually the number one on my list, is the scissors. Like, scissors is a very essential to just like the other ones also, because they all of them together make your sewing projects possible, makes it faster, makes it a reality. So a scissors is a metal tool that has two pointed mouths, two pivoted mouths. It helps is a cutting tool, just like we have the measuring tape to be the measuring tool, the tailor chalk to be the marking tool. The scissors is the cutting tool. Is used to cut out fabrics, cut out thread, cut out papers, cut out so many things, anything cuttable, but mainly fabric, because as the fashion designer you mainly cut fabrics and maybe pattern papers and threads and all that stuff. So, and it's actually advisable to have a pair or more of scissors, because it's not good to make use of the same scissors that you use for cutting fabric to also cut papers. Like, cutting of papers with the same scissors that I use to cut fabrics, it blunts the mouth of the scissors, and then one day you might just be using it to cut fabric, and then it just stops cutting what you want, or it doesn't work well as it should. So it's advisable to use a different scissors to cut a fabric and a different one entirely to cut paper, so you can just separate them and then just know each one for what it's used for. So now to the question of the day. I'd like you to mention in the comment section below what tool or equipment or your pick that you feel that every beginner should have that I didn't mention in this video. I'd like you to drop it in the comment section below. Let's talk about it more in the comment section, and then maybe there'll be an updated version of this video. But before then, you can just drop it, and then for others to learn and for us to also talk more about it. If you've watched this video to this point, thank you so much for watching. And right now on the screen you'll see a button for you to subscribe if you haven't. So if you haven't subscribed, do click on the button to subscribe, and then there are also other videos suggested for you to watch. Do check them out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.